Can you fix me quick? Insane in the membrane for his love.
How you doing, Latoya?
I'm doing so great. I'm excited to be here today.
You are. You looking good.
Thank you.
You're smelling good.
Oh Lord, thank you.
Your hair is on fleek, by the way.
Thank you. I
said,
try to keep it that way.
So you have an EP that is out.
Yes. Well, here's the thing. I've released 2 EPs and several singles throughout the year. And every year during the summer, I try to release a new single for my fans.
Well, you know what? I listened to that EP. And one of my favorite songs on that EP was Insane Love.
Oh, yes.
Let me tell you something. Okay? Let me tell you something about that song. Okay. The beat was absolutely nasty. But your vocals to come in on that song was absolutely amazing. That's like my favorite song. Tell me a little bit about the EP.
The EP is called Hear Me Roar, and I released that the summer of 2017. So it's been about a year. And the crazy thing about Insane Love, that single on that EP, is I drafted that song about 6 years ago.
Really?
6 years ago. But I just couldn't finish it. For some reason, I couldn't finish it. And so I just kind of let it sit, but I knew that it was a great song.
Yeah.
So I kept visiting it every year. And just a few years ago, I had a situation in life that happened that helped me like put the icing on the cake. And so basically it was like 2 situations in life that kind of meshed together and produced that song.
Well, girl, whatever it is.
2 love affairs. Oh, Lord, you know. So yeah.
So you out in them streets, just, all right, you know what? It ain't even about that.
Right, yeah.
So you have a new single that is coming out. And tell us about the new single.
Yes. So, Insane Love and Wife Won't Mind actually was drafted around the same time. And there were 2 songs that I didn't finish. And so, Wife Won't Mind is about 6 years old. I just sat on it.
Wow.
And so this last year I took the time to modernize the tune, bring in some collaborations with Jay Bang and Madeline Bernay, and just with their touch on it. And also I worked with Bailey Graham, who produced it, and with us together we created magic.
You let me get a sneak peek of it.
Yes.
And that sneak peek was nice.
Yes.
It was nice. You have a very nice soulful voice. And in this time and generation where rap is like overtaking everything, it's good to see that R&B jazz is still living, because I think that they want it to die. It cannot die, but I'm happy that in the DFW we have a songstress that is keeping jazz and R&B alive. Because this generation is more like, let's get in the car, let's listen to a beat to where you probably can speed down the highway on 80 and get lit. But sometimes it's like you have to take your time. Mom always say you got to take time living.
Yes.
And you know, with R&B music, it's very smooth and soulful, and it just fits your voice. It's like, I gotta add her as a friend on Facebook.
Oh, okay.
I'm not on here creeping, but I was like, wow, it's a beautiful voice. It's good to see that it's still living. And when I heard your voice, I heard like, it reminded me of like Jasmine Sullivan, of like Layla Hathaway, those good voices that are like rich. And it's like, ooh, Latoya, just, I want to see like, where can we put her at? Can you go by Southwest? Can you be at, but it's good hearing your voice. It's good. Like, all of your songs are good. You know how you find different artists where you can see that it's like a hit or miss? It's like when I listen to your songs, it's like each time you put out something, it got better and better. Sometimes with artists, they don't grow, but you can tell that you took time with your craft and you wanted to make it better, and you grew, and you can tell through lessons that you grew and elevated in your music.
Yes.
It's very like obvious. It's like from 2016 to 2017 to 2018, it's like a growth spurt. So it's like, wow. I want somebody to look at me talk and be like, you're talking elevated. But how did you get into singing? Have you always been singing, or did you just wake up one day and was like, I'm going to, sing to Aretha Franklin? Wait, I can actually sing.
I came out the womb singing. That's all I ever knew how to do.
Wow.
I just remember being a young kid and just singing to whoever was in front of me. And it was a long time. It was probably maybe 10 years old before I realized that singing was something I actually could do for other people. I just would sing, just around. And I had a cousin who I was entering this little local pageant, and there was a talent section, and I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do, cousin. And she said, why don't you sing? And when I tell you, when she said that, my life had changed. It was like you couldn't stop me from that day on. So I would sing anywhere that I could. I grew up in Oklahoma City, and there really wasn't a music scene. So what I would do is I would enter pageants so that I could just sing.
Wow.
But I didn't realize that I actually was gaining so much more experience that I could use throughout my life.
Wow.
But I just wanted to sing. That's all I wanted.
Wow.
So, yeah.
What are some of the lessons you learned when you were doing pageants?
One, how to speak in public. How to demand the presence of a room, a boardroom, to be able to interview effectively, how to dress for the occasion, those type of things. And I've taken a lot of those skills and I've shared them with other people along the way.
Wow, because you created a company, correct?
Yes, called Music Meets the Boardroom.
And tell us about that. I like it. I like the ring to it.
Absolutely. It is a organization that I created to help artists fall in love with the business side of their craft. So I help artists with their business plans, with starting their business and making sure the foundation of their business is effective and in order so that they can grow a strong foundation and build off that. I help them connect with people that can perfect their brand, any sort of things that they're needing along the way in their journey to help them be successful.
Wow, I need to join it. I can't sing, but, you know, I can catch a beat.
Yeah.
Might be a little off, but of course I did a little research on The Songtress. And you talked a little bit about how you stopped singing.
Yes, yes.
So why did this beautiful angelic voice stop singing?
I stopped singing because I was constantly being told, oh, music is not important. Go out, get a 8 to 5, go get a degree.
Yeah.
And where I grew up, I had my mother and father, but they didn't really have a rich background in extended education and different things like that. So I really was on my own in many ways. So I really relied on a lot of people to kind of give me direction. And so I listened to people, and so I put the mic down and stopped singing and stopped writing, and I went to school and pursued degrees with multiple S's. We can talk about that. And got an 8 to 5 and started living, the quote American dream. And I realized that was not what I wanted, and it wasn't the place I needed to be in order to be effective in life.
So these degrees, did they consist of music-based or were they like business-based?
They were business, politics, different things like that. I kept pursuing degrees because I was in search of happiness.
Yeah.
And once I had, 3-ish extra degrees, I looked back and I said, why am I not happy?
Yeah.
I have all these degrees. I have a great income. I have a great job. I live in a loft. I'm traveling the world with my job. Why am I not happy?
Yeah.
And I remember praying to God and just literally at my last low. And I said, God, I'll do whatever you want me to do. If you want me to quit my job and go be a nun, I will be a nun. I just didn't care. I was going to do whatever he told me to do. And I remember going into the house and going to bed and just forgetting all about the prayer the next day, waking up in a great mood, coming home. And I set my laptop bag down. And the second that bag hit the floor, I heard sing.
Wow.
It was so pronounced. I was like, wait, hold up. And he said, sing. And it was as simple as that. And it was so crazy because it was so simple.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, I've grown up singing all this time.
Yeah.
Why did I not think about that was what I was supposed to be doing? So crazy. And I promised God, and to that day, I have not looked back.
Wow.
And it has been a journey. I had to learn to sing all over again.
I was going to ask you, how did that go?
Yes.
About you learning how to sing again. Was it a struggle? Because sometimes once people stop doing something and they may go in the studio and hear a beat or something and it's oh, I got it. Did it take a couple of months, or was it some years to be
It was years of constant working. I hired the best vocal coaches in the city that I could find and worked with them. And there were many days I would be in vocal lessons in tears, crying.
Wow.
Because it was hard. I had to literally rebuild my voice and learn how to sing again. And when people like you say, I love your voice, I'm like, oh my gosh, they have no clue what it took to just get here.
Wow.
So I've kept my word.
I could not tell that you stopped singing and had to learn again.
I had to learn.
It just seemed like you just throughout years just became seasoned in what you do. You know, because sometimes when people leave the game and they come back, it's like, you should have stayed gone. Like, stay under that rock. You know, maybe be a stay-at-home mom. You know, you need to use that. So when you got back into singing, what was the first song that you sung and performed?
Ooh, that's a good one. I will say this. I don't remember the exact first song, but I remember the first song I sang when I started kind of competing around town a little bit, and it was Out on a Limb by Tina Marie. And I was living in this apartment, and my neighbor, she could hear me, but she never told me to be quiet. She was like, it sounds great. I'm like, okay. And I would practice that song every day. And so, yeah. And believe it or not, I'm actually going to be singing that song next Thursday at the Wine Therapist at my residency spot here in Dallas.
Have you trained those vocals today? Can we get a sample?
Oh, Lord. Let's try it, okay? Don't hold it against me, okay? Here we go. Tender was the kiss when you held me softly with your sweet embrace. My lips began to burn. That's a sample.
They was trusting me because my voice was like, tell me you love me, but
tell me you love me.
How did you get into the winery? How did you get into your residency?
Well, I had been singing there periodically throughout the past few years. And there came a point where I realized that it was more effective for me to find a spot to live and allow my fans to build versus kind of going out amongst the city and kind of jumping around.
Gotcha.
Right.
Okay.
And so I partnered with them, and so I've been there the last few months, and so I feel like it's going to be a great rest of the year.
How do you feel about it?
I feel really awesome about it. The great thing about this residency is it gives me a chance to test out new music with my fans.
Ah.
Yes. So they're going to be able to hear things that I probably haven't sung anywhere before, test out new drafts of new things, and so it's going to be a fun time. One other thing that I love about this residency is I get a chance to actually talk to my fans face to face on a more personal level.
Yeah.
For me, that I feel like is my strength, is because I love to connect with people face to face. And especially with social media, it's so hard to do that. And this residency definitely gives me a chance to do that.
Wow. Okay. So what has your biggest thrill been so far in your music career?
Being able to travel and perform in New York City. I never dreamed that I would have that opportunity, and now I'm performing in a really awesome venue that's called The Groove. And if you're going to be performing in New York, that's definitely a place you want to be.
Dang, you got to perform. I would have been crying. I would have cried that whole night, and then before I got on stage, because New York is like the city of dreams.
It is.
It's like if you want anything to become popular, or you want a dream to come true, New York is the place to be.
It is.
So look at D-Town
to
NYC.
Yes.
I'm living it. So what have been some of your inspirations in music? Because I want to hear some of these.
Well, Tina Marie is definitely one. I'm going to tighten up that song. And let's see, Jill Scott is definitely one of my favorites. Anita Baker. So those are some of my favorites.
Oh, you got some good.
I'm old school.
Old school is the best one because you're real R&B.
Yeah.
Real R&B jazz is where you got to look back. You can't just be saying Sierra's my inspiration. I mean, it's like
she's gorgeous though, but yeah.
You said better than what I was going to say. So we're going to leave it at gorgeous, and she can dance.
She can dance.
So we're good on that one.
Mm-hmm.
We're good on that one. So what's next for Latoya Cooper?
Well, one thing I will say is that I'm learning is the importance of balance as an artist, because things can get crazy fast.
Yeah.
And regardless of how far you've come or how little you're working, it just takes so much effort to just make small steps.
Yeah.
So balance for me as well. Continue with my residency. I will be back in New York performing at the Groove in September.
Ooh.
So I'm thinking I'm going to have this is going to turn into a residency in the future. So they keep calling me back. They've asked me back several times already. So I'm excited about that.
The Voice. I mean, look, it's The Voice.
Well, I'm thankful. I'm thankful. I'm trusting God in this walk, and there has been some shifts. There has been some transitions, and I'm excited about what the future holds.
What advice would you give to a young artist that, is on the verge of like, you know what? Nobody's sharing my post on Facebook. Mm-hmm. Nobody's listening to my SoundCloud. I'm not getting any local support, and the support I do get is probably from 2 people. What advice would you give them to say, hey, just keep going? It's sunshine on the end of that road. Because, sometimes with new artists, it's kind of difficult, because they want instant fame, because it's this generation of instant. Like, if I'm not getting, well, let's try rap with auto-tune. What advice would you give them?
I'm so happy you asked me that question, because I've gotten that several times from artists. And I tell them several things. One is, we all have our own lane.
Yeah.
And especially like you said with social media, we see everything that everybody's doing, and we're like, I want that, I want to do that, why am I not doing that? And reality is, we have our own lane, and our own lanes are great. And so when we're focused on that, we're able to be successful in our lane. And believe it or not, those people are looking at you saying, man, look what they're doing great. Another thing that I also tell artists is, be thankful for this time and this window where people aren't really bothering you, because it gives us a chance to develop and become the best we can be. And when people start to notice you, what happens is you have your supporters, and then you've got some people that kind of want to get in your way, and so you start to have a little bit of challenge with balancing that. And so why not take the time to get a head start, become great at what you do before you have to deal with all of that?
What would you tell your 10-year-old self?
My 10-year-old self. Well, my 10-year-old self was very shy, and I still am. I still am very shy, but I'm starting to grow into myself. I would just tell her to just go for it. Stand up and speak loud and speak your mind, and don't hold back, and share that alter ego a little bit. So that's what I would tell her.
What artists would you like to perform with?
Ooh. There is someone, and it's not in my head, but I just remember saying, if I could ever perform with this person, I would just fall in love. Give me a second to think about that, because I do have someone that I dream about. Like, oh my gosh, I would just love to just be able to collaborate with this person. Yeah, give me a few minutes. We'll come back to that.
So you have the new single coming out. Does it mean a new album is in the works?
I teeter on that, because some days I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do a whole album, and then sometimes I say, no, I'm gonna just take a little bit of a break on some things. But I have someone who's already interested in helping me produce the whole thing, so I'm just like, I might as well take advantage of that.
Now I'm just gonna give you a little bit of advice concerning the album.
Yes.
Do not make it 6 years.
Oh, okay.
Because I will find you in the second year. We talked about this in 2018. So in 2019, I'm going, hey, how you doing with that album, though?
Yes.
Because those EPs are absolutely amazing. I'm pretty sure they're doing good on iTunes.
Yes.
So it's like, all right, they're going to keep bugging you for an album.
Yes. Well, believe it or not, my very first EP really is the most active out of all of my music.
Really?
Yes. It is the least marketed. I just put it out. I didn't have any blog coverage or anything, but to this day, it's every day people are really streaming that project. So I think people really love that live instrument sound against my voice.
Yeah, it's good. It's so good. I can't.
Let us see. Yes, I dream about working with her.
I can see that. I can see the voice collaboration on that, because Let Us See is actually a great artist, but she's very underrated. It's she goes under it's like she's a good artist. I really need y'all to promote Let Us See. I really need y'all to promote this good music, but it's kind of different. I know that they say Houston have good music, New York have good music, but Dallas has good music too.
Yes.
It's just, do you feel that sometimes with Dallas artists, sometimes they have a problem or an issue with supporting each other?
Yes, this is a conversation we have a lot. Even on the air over at the station, W Strictly TV. We have this conversation, and we're trying to figure it out. I think that here in Dallas, artists feel like there's not enough opportunity.
And it is.
Really?
It is. I feel to me, say for instance, if you're a singer, I know 2 rappers, and I know this. If we could all come together and do a concert, it would do absolutely amazing, because you have your fans, they have their fans, the other person have their fans. I think that sometimes it's the asking part. I don't want to ask them because I don't want to look like I need help. Well, you might need a little bit of help, because clearly your SoundCloud is only getting 194 likes. No
Right.
shade. It's just an example. But I think Dallas artists, that's always been a struggle with Dallas. It's like, you don't see Erykah Badu and Norah Jones fighting for, you know what I'm saying? You know, it's like Norah Jones, you know, has her little thing, and Erykah Badu is, you know, in Hollywood Square making money. And it's like, if they were to come together and do a song, it would be absolutely amazing.
Yes.
You know, like the Dallas artists that you find, it's like we were talking about Tevin Campbell.
Yes.
Like, and it's like, Tevin Campbell, like, if Tevin Campbell was to come out of retirement in Dallas, Dallas would be so lit.
It would. And I am working to get him on my show. Speaking of.
Like, and you got to get Erykah Badu on there.
Yes, I'm working on that too.
If you get Erykah on there, just let me know.
It's all over. It's all over.
You know, I mean, I could be in the corner excited. You know, I'm not going to freak out. I'm like.
Yeah.
But it's just like, I feel like Dallas artists does. And I know different Dallas artists that I've interviewed, and it's like, they say the same thing. And it's like, but why don't you collab with this artist? Or why don't you collaborate with that artist? And it's like, well, I didn't think about it. Why not? Like, if a rapper wants to get you on a track, and it's like, please put her on there, because it's going to be absolutely amazing, because you have a great voice. But it's like, I don't think she'll do it. It's like, have you thought to ask?
Right.
No. It's like, maybe you should, like, get on social media and, as they call it, link up.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you think Dallas music will be on top like New York music at some point?
I keep hearing people say that Dallas is going to just re-arrive at some point. Like, it's going to happen. Like, it's just a matter of time, and you know, we're going to have all this, you know, all these budding artists kind of like flock out of here really soon. And people have been saying that for a while, so you just never know. But there is so much talent that is really growing and maturing here and doing great. So we just never know who's going to be the next out of Dallas.
Out of the Dallas artists you have interviewed and know, which one would you collaborate with?
Vandale Andrew.
Oh, the saxophonist?
Yeah, I would love to collaborate with him. I have a strategy up my sleeve to try to help make that happen.
He's absolutely amazing, and he's Billboard charting.
Yes.
So it's like, but the thing about it is, also with music, Dallas music, you don't see a lot of people sharing it. It's like, you know, like, can you share the post? You know, whatever. It's like, he's from Dallas and he's on the billboards. Do you know how exciting that is?
Right.
Like, we should be excited. I mean, it's not us, but I mean, he ain't giving us no food, but I mean, you still should be excited about, you know, artists growing.
Right.
But it's like, it's just,
I'm on fire for it, you know. And I'm the same way. I'm like, oh my gosh, he's on the billboard, and you know, you're right. Some people are like, okay, what does that mean? I'm like, do you not know what that means? That's great. Everybody wants to be Billboard charting,
because you have different artists like Erykah Badu. You have different people that don't get excited about it. It's like, she from Dallas. We already seen her riding down the street. It's like, okay, but still, like, have you thought about sliding her a little demo? You know,
right.
Catching her at the grocery store on the make out, like, let me like sing something for you, and they like, oh, like they too cool for it. It's like, no, I'm not too cool. Like,
oh no,
if you was somebody in entertainment, I'll be like, let me spit something to you right quick.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm all about, you know, because there's so many great people that live here in Dallas. You're right about that. There's so many great people, great artists, great contacts here. It's a matter of finding them, because a lot of people don't know what's here. And I myself is just starting to learn really the extent of what's in Dallas. Yeah.
Okay, I got a question for you. What is the song that sums up your life?
Beautiful Bird. Soar Beautiful Bird.
Wow, you knew that right off the bat.
Yes,
like that.
Yes.
Why do you say that? Why do you say that particular song?
That song, because that was a song that helped me figure out why I should be singing.
Wow.
It helped me understand that we all are not meant to be the same.
Yeah.
And that's okay. And there's room for all of us to be great, and God designed us to have something unique to offer. And, you know, often kind of going back to my story about, you know, getting the 9 to 5 and the cookie cutter thing, and I was thinking this is the way life's supposed to be. But when that moment happened in my life where I realized that no, I don't fit for a reason because
Yeah.
I'm not meant to fit there. I'm meant to do something totally different. And so I wrote Beautiful Bird for people, other people who feel like they don't fit, so that they know that they are meant to do whatever it is that they're supposed to do and be great and make a difference. So
Wow, look at this. What do you motivate? Do you do motivational speaking?
no, but I just love to be supportive of artists because I understand the struggle that
yeah.
we deal with as artists and creative souls.
Yeah.
You know, because we're always in our head.
That's
you know what
true.
I mean? So yeah.
I can totally get that because, like, I can tell you, I can see it, but it's like you got to see it. Like, can I draw
Right.
it? So I can totally get that. You're a very creative person. I can tell from your personality. It's like, ooh, yeah, she's
Yeah.
yeah, she got something to say.
Mhm.
You look like you got something. Not that that's a bad thing,
Mhm.
but if somebody come to you and ask you a question, you be like, okay, I got this.
Right.
Just listen to me, and I take you through it, and you like, because of you, I'm successful. Please give me a hug.
Oh. Well, you know, and you know, the crazy thing about being an artist is, especially a solo artist, it forces you to learn so much. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Like in 3 years, I have learned how to manage people. I've learned how to manage a band. I've learned how to book. I've learned marketing. It just forces you to grow
Yeah.
and just be, you know, what you have to be to get the job done. Mm-hmm.
So, how's your support system? Who's your main supporters out there?
Ooh, that's a good one because I have a great family. You know, my parents are very supportive, but they're supportive in a very different way.
Oh.
I'm the only person in my family who is a creative person. There's
Wow.
no one else.
Really?
So, no one else.
So Thanksgiving is interesting.
Yes, I'm the only one sitting around with the guitar, strumming the guitar, and everyone's looking at me like, we're trying to eat this dressing, and you over here playing this guitar. And so it's different. It's very different. But just God has been surrounding me with just amazing people. The owner of Strictly DFW TV, he is so supportive. I have my creative director who I met through another musician, and now we work together, and she's like one of my biggest fans and biggest supporters, and she's always sending me like motivational, you know, quotes for the day to get me through different things myself. And then one thing that I also have learned is as I'm pouring into other people, people are starting to pour back into me. And that's it's just a beautiful thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So how did you get started at Strictly DFW?
Craziness, because the owner called me and about a year and a half ago, and he offered me the opportunity to do a show then.
Wow.
And I turned it down, and I said, I don't think I'm ready. I don't think I can do this. I wasn't confident enough at the time. And so he was trying to convince me. I said, no, I'll pass on it. And so like about a year and a half later, he calls me back, and he's like, Latoya, I think you should do this. And something told me to just try it.
Yeah.
And then I just fell in love with it. I was like, okay, this works great. And so, yeah. So
where do you see yourself in 5 years musically?
Musically, I see a full album, touring. I see some speaking. You know, I do see that as an artist, speaking. I actually see my music career morphing into something bigger.
Yeah.
I see it beyond just an artist.
Yeah.
And at first, I didn't. I just saw an artist.
Yeah.
But then I'm just growing in so many different areas. So I just feel like it could just grow into so many different things. I kind of don't even want to put a limit on it. I'm kind of open to where it could go. So you're
gonna be the singer, the actress, the motor. You're gonna have all the titles, and then you're gonna come back and do a benefit concert in Dallas.
Well, you just never know. You just never know. But I'm just open for all the challenges. I just love the creative space. So
Wow.
all of it.
Wow, that's amazing. So we're going to have a live performance from you and the crew.
Yes.
So how do you feel about this single coming out? What do you want your fans to know about this single?
It's new, it's fresh, it's fun, and it addresses a very interesting topic that women talk about all the time. We talk about it, you know, amongst us, but we don't really talk about it openly. And it's about married men who like to pursue the ladies out there, and you know, this song is about women who are confident enough to know their value and say, you know what, I know I'm looking good, but you need to go home to your wife because I'm not entertaining that. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what the song is about. And it's about just having a good time. And it has a great beat. You can turn it up. It has an awesome
beat.
Yes.
It's a nice summer vibe song.
It is.
It gives me that Tamia has a new song called Leave It Smoking, and it gives me that nice, like, oh, I can ride in the car down the freeway, and I can be like, I see you over there. Not today, Satan.
Yeah, not today. And you know the crazy thing about this song is, one thing I was concerned about is I didn't know how men were going to respond to this song.
They probably like it.
They love it. Oh my gosh. I'm like, they love it more than the women almost. You know what I mean? It's just amazing.
How did you get Madeline and Jay on the song?
Well, really the song didn't see the light of day until I met Madeline. Because I knew this particular song needed to carry a certain attitude and sass, and I knew she had it. And originally I was just going to release it as like just with me on it.
Yeah.
But then when I met her, I said this would be great to kind of collaborate. And so once we started working on it and building out the song, I felt like it was missing something. We wanted to do something different, and so we're like, a rapper. But I kid you not, I'm not even gonna lie. It was a struggle to get a good rapper for this song. It took several months of everyday outreaching to get a great female rapper for this song. But we have the perfect rapper for this track. You know, J Bang, she is fire. She wrote a great verse, and she did it so fast. We had a short turnaround because we were working so hard to just kind of meet certain deadlines, and she came in and she nailed it.
It's a good song.
Yes.
I listened to it like 5 times, but you know, when it hit iTunes, you know, I make sure that I download it, and I pay for it. How about that?
Yeah, thank you.
You know, don't download it, but pay for it. We ain't got no LimeWire back in the day where you can download the song free.
Yes.
No line wiring over here. I'm buying that song because it's good. It's good music that needs to be shared. And I know that this Songtress voice 5 years from now, not even 5 years, it's going to be way before 5 years. It's going to be a phenomenon. And I'm just happy that I got to interview you because, you know, when you booked and busy, you know, it's hard. So I'm happy I caught you. I was like, let me catch her. And you were so nice and so free. I was like, dang, she's like a bird. Like, she's just like, oh, whatever you want. I'm like, wow. That's the attitude to have.
Yes.
But what do you want your fans to know about Latoya Cooper?
That I sing with intention to be effective. I sing to be used, you know, on a bigger level. And my goal for my fans is to help and to change lives and leave a positive impact. So, yeah.
I'm happy. This is Latoya Cooper. And y'all make sure that y'all tune into this live performance she is going to give us. And I'm telling you, I'm not lying. It's going to be hot fire, right or wrong.
Yes. Madeline and J Bang are going to be there in the house.
So y'all need to come, grab some popcorn, put your dancing shoes. Actually, don't put no shoes on. Just leave your socks on. And y'all have a good time and tune into this live performance.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Love you guys.
Really think you're something. Wanna love like mine. Say you want my number, 'cause your wife won't mind. Say you want my number. Say you want my time.